And Congressman Adam Schiff says he's willing to sue the DOJ if Robert Mueller's Russia probe is not released publicly. The California Democrat is also threatening to subpoena Mueller to force him to testify before Congress.
Do you have any evidence at all that the president colluded?
George, there's ample evidence of collusion of the campaign, and it's very much in the public record. But to not see what is plainly in front of us means you basically don't want to see the evidence of collusion because it is quite abundant.
Congressman Schiff, thanks for your time this morning.
So why is the media allowing Democrats like Schiff to go unchecked on these collusion claims? Here now to debate is conservative radio talk show host Shondell Summer and Democratic political analyst Kelly Hyman. Thank you both for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So, Shondell, I will start with you. You just heard what Adam Schiff had to say. He's arguing that people don't want to see the collusion, but is he going too far the other way where he sees nothing but collusion no matter what these reports seem to say?
Of course he's going too far the other way. There is no evidence of collusion. If there was evidence of collusion, the Senate committee would have found it, the House committee would have found it, and Investigator Mueller has done a very thorough job, but there's been no indictments which suggest any collusion. This is just a witch hunt, and it's something that should come to a conclusion soon so that we don't continue to waste more money on this process.
Kelly, in reference to the Senate Intelligence Committee and their report specifically, because we know what their result was, Senator Richard Burr said that they interviewed more than 200 witnesses from multiple countries. They reviewed over 300,000 pages and found no collusion.
I believe the American people have a right to know, and the report should be made public. I think that the only way we're going to get to the bottom of this and know the truth if the report is not redacted and the public have the right to know and see the full report and read it for themselves and find out what exactly happened.
So let me ask you this. If the full report is released and the full report from Robert Mueller says no collusion, is that good enough for you? Because it seems like it's not going to be good enough for Adam Schiff.
Well, once the report is released, and if it's fully, and if that's what they make a determination and they say that there is no collusion, then that's what the reports and that's what they find.
So you think we should move on from there?
I think we should look at the report and see first what the report exactly says, and then once we have the report, to figure out what there is, and if there was collusion or there wasn't collusion. We just don't know yet.
Shondell?
We need to have the report.
Okay. All right. Shondell, what do you think? I mean, do you think that Adam Schiff will just continue to go after this no matter what the report says?
Of course. And the whole battleground now is going to shift from what the report says, which quite frankly is likely to say there's no collusion, to they didn't release enough of the report. They're not releasing portions of the report. So we're going to have another couple of years probably of legal challenges to how much of the report has to be released. The president can claim executive privilege and not release the report. He can also classify the report, which a lot of experts are claiming would be his best move here, to classify it, because that really can't be challenged.
But if there's nothing to hide, then why wouldn't he release the report?
The problem is that when you are doing a Justice Department investigation, oftentimes there is evidence which may be damaging or derogatory, and we're talking about a sitting president. There may be unflattering details that don't necessarily need to be released, and that is within Attorney General William Barr's prerogative to determine what should be released and what shouldn't be released. He's already said he's going to release as much of it as he can.
Yes, but the American public have a right to know.
But does the American public, Kelly, but does the American public have a right to know above and beyond the safety of America and keeping us safe? I mean, if it's something that should not be released and it should be redacted in terms of keeping either ourselves or our allies, some of that information private, shouldn't that be the case?
Well, I don't know what exactly the report says, but I think it's important that the American public, in order for them to make an accurate determination of what the actual facts are, is for them to have the full report.
Shondell, you get the final word.
They don't need to have the full report. The only thing they need to know is whether or not Russians interfered in the election with the aid of President Trump or his campaign officials. That was the reason why the investigation started in the first place. We need to bring it to a conclusion, and they need a definitive answer to that question only.
All right. Well, we will see what happens when it is released. We originally thought it would be released this week, but now being told that that will not be the case. Shondell and Kelly, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right.